Hi everybody, welcome to another video. This is a smart video at a year, 14 months after the great arrival of the LG G6. I wanted to do a real use review after 14 months because believe it or not, this is still one of my favorite smartphones. Of course, it's not perfect like no the smartphone in 2018 are, but it just somehow it's one of my favorites. It's not my favorite, but I'm gonna let you know why I feel this way about the G6. This is to me still, in my case, and maybe yours too, but this is still the sickest flagship deal in the history of smartphone to me, because I got this phone at launch for $300. That tell me in 2017 that none of these phones really should be over $500. So because they give it to me at $300 at launch, March 31st. And I still got it for $300. Yeah, with tax, the crazy tax was $330 something. It was crazy, but better than $650. Wanted to do at the beginning like, long-term review, like at least a reuse review. That's what I call the reuse review, because in one week review is not a real review. It's just 2 days review. Who can test a phone? Even budget phone in 2 days are still brand new. So there's still reviews. I like them, but real life use review, they're not that. So since the G7, thank you. Like it or not, in somehow it's better than my G6, but it's not a big difference. But I cannot say it's worse because it's not. But it is better. I just don't know. It's better, but they are minor upgrades. They're not really big, huge upgrade, but they're still upgrade. So even that I love this phone still, in the G7 they kind of. It's not like they please us. It's just because it's 2018 and you cannot route with 32 gigabytes anymore of storage. That's just pathetic. 128 should be the minimum now, because even 64 in my case, since I got a lot of phone, is not a huge deal. But if it was my only phone, I want 128 gig minimum, especially in flagship and especially in great cameras flagship like LG does. So I already told you I don't like the 32 gigabyte of storage. I just don't like it, and that is attached with my number 2 complaint about the phone, which is no color available just by region, different discs. So by region they got the 64 gigabytes. In America we got the 32. I just don't like it. Yeah, with SD card, but I'm one of those one of those person that I want to have from stock, from fact. I want to have 128 gig of storage minimum in every flagship at least. That 128 gig should be the minimum. Another thing that I don't like about the phone that don't have IR blaster. That is a huge deal for me. When, especially in this day and age, if you don't have IR blaster, you're missing something. You really are missing something, because IR blaster should be mandatory, especially in a company that is an IR blaster godfather. So that was one really downgrade for me, from the G5 to the G6 to the B20 to the B30. Now the G7 doesn't have the IR blaster. I don't know if they don't like it anymore, or they think we don't care about it anymore, or you just tell me why you don't put it anymore. I cannot believe, because the hardware, the frame doesn't allow to have an IR blaster. That's a lie, because if I allow you to put microphone and host for the speed, I want IR blaster. I want IR blaster. All right. So another thing that I don't like about the phone is that it doesn't have power button. Now you think they please us in the G7? Yes and no. Yes, because the G7 now have a power button. It's not implemented like it is on the G6. But they didn't because of that. They didn't because they need a power button to the Face ID trend. Because of the face unlock. It's just that's why they put the power button on the side now in the G7. Not because they want to give us that to us. It is what it is. That's what I think. That's not what I think. That's really why they give it to us now in the G7, the power button. But yeah, I never like it. I respect everybody when they want to be different. Maybe internally it was better for them. I don't know. But what I know is that I never like it to have the power button implemented with the scanner. Now in the G7, they got the power button. There's really no point to having. I mean, I don't care as long as they work. I don't really care, honestly. But I'd rather to have a physical power button, especially for, well, we did have well, I'm jumping to the pros right now, the MBB button, which is the most valuable button, double tapping going to the camera. This is one of the biggest cons I have, and it might be major from somebody. It wasn't a major for me, but it's a big deal for me. Thank God the accident didn't happen. But a plastic scene tray, come on, LG. How are you gonna justify to me that you're giving up plastic scene tray on a plastic scene tray? Come on. Yeah, another con that I had, no OLED display. It didn't feel like a big con back then. But the B30 was OLED and no Quad HD Super AMOLED when your rivals are rocking with Quad HD AMOLED. The screen is awesome, but it's better if you rock with it. I mean, you see this and you see the B30, then you see the big picture. So no OLED display, and no OLED display in the G7 too. So like I say, there's no upgrade to me. They're minor upgrade. You're going from 5.7 to 6.1 or 2. But in the naked, it is basically the same size but longer, more narrower. But there's not really a big upgrade to me. And yeah, the 1000 nits, that's another thing. That's another minor upgrade, but still an upgrade. And it's definitely brighter than this one. This phone is pretty good, the screen, but on the sunlight now, hot summer, daylight, this phone is not gonna be your number one phone to watching under the sun, because you can still see it, but you need to find some shadow, some tree, because you're basically gonna see it than anything at all. So yeah, that's a minor upgrade, but still no upgrade for the G7, but still Quad HD, no AMOLED, still Quad HD LCD. 2018, it should have been a lead AMOLED or OLED display. They didn't. They're lost. Sorry for saying this way, LG, but everybody say it. The trash front cam. But I wanted to say a bad front camera. The front. This is why I give before LG a pass on it. The whole 2017 year, because the B30 front cam is just as bad as this one. But LG motto is, to me, this one: you film, you don't get film. So that's basically with LG. You got your phone, you're a filmmaker, you don't film yourself. And yeah, I understand that and I appreciate that, but we need, or we want the whole package. They improved that in the G7. They definitely improved it. And now when the video 40 comes out, I expect nothing but a better front cam, just like the G7. But yeah, the front facing cam of this one was, I mean, it could have been better, but I understand maybe Maybe they should do a software update to improve that, because one thing with the front cams is that especially in this day and age, that average persons they rather to have a best front facing cam than a real one. And it's not that the LG G6 and B30 front cam are bad, it's because the setup is different. Because rear cameras, even from budget, you say, oh, they are better. Yeah, because they are rear camera. Their setup is different. When you are front facing shooting, if all my front facing shot, I'm gonna show you right there, and I'm gonna show you some picture so you can see how good the front facing camera is, but not to shot or film yourself. You need to shot and film, but not yourself. It is a front camera. In this day and age, people call them selfie. You use it for your face, and you're gonna see those sample right now in my video, because a lot of people, you never seen a front-facing shots or even video with shooting the background or taking a picture of the background. You always see the person. You always see the review. You always see the face of them. So you really cannot judge a front cam, the quality of the front cam, if you're just shooting yourself, because the setup is different. So they should do a software update and improve this one and improve the B30 camera. Even the G7 can be better, the front camera, but it's because of the setup. The setting is differently, because they're not optimized to shoot close. So your face being closer to the camera, that's why it doesn't takes the picture. The quality is different because you are very close. You take a close picture or anything, pretending like your face. Take a close picture on another smartphone or your hand or of a sign, whatever it is. Take a close picture and then take a distant picture. It will be better. So take a picture of yourself, but make somebody take it from you, so you could see the difference clearly, that it's gonna be better. But it's because of the setup. So yeah, education class over. But that's basically because of the setup. It's not because they are really bad. Of course, on daylight they are pretty good. I gotta say, but not to shooting yourself. Even shooting yourself, improve. It's not, but on 9 it's just as bad as you think it is. Almost every phone camera is bad at 9. Yeah, but it's because of the setup. The setup make it look different in quality, in terms of quality. But yeah, the front cam can be better. Still, with all the explanation I told you, the front cam could be better setup. Yeah, the front cam. What else? Yeah, no front light. No front light. That's bad. Now in G7, don't having a front flash. That's just bad. You need to have a front flash. Bad. That's just bad. I believe the G7 also don't have front flashlight. That's just as bad as. I'm not sure, but it doesn't have it. But at least the upgrade in the light category, you got LED light now on the G7. In this one, you don't have it. You got always on display but front light, I need that. This is a minor. I'm gonna explain you why I give them a pass with the no Snapdragon 835 and Adreno GPU 540. I give them a pass because, yeah, it was the New Year's processor and GPU, but two things. First thing, I still believe they should have rocked with it, but they were the first flagship of the year. And second, Qualcomm somehow decided to put it out there because the 821, the Snapdragon 821s, was released that I remember with the Pixel. That was the B20 was with Snapdragon 820, and that was the year before. That was October, and then the Pixel used the 821. So LG being the first flagship, I don't give them a pass if they put out the just like this year that Samsung came first but they were first in 2017. So that's why I give them a pass. They should have put the A35 because it was the new processor of the year, even though the A21, because Snapdragon 820 and 821 came the same years. I don't know why, but yeah. So I give them a pass because of it, because the functionality it's been good. The phone's been running still buttery smooth, believe it or not. After 14 months, it's still working awesome. If it was my only phone, I would have something to say about it, something bad, some hiccups, some this, some slow. It has some hiccups, I'm not gonna lie. With heavy use and when I'm not restarting the phone for more than 1 week, it's just gonna happen. You're gonna have some hiccup here and there, but nothing major and big to complain about it. But yeah, that's basically why they did it. But that's why I give them a pass. But I still believe if it was announced, brand new, announced before they put the phone out, they should have included. But nothing big to complain about, especially that even with the A21, this phone is running like LG phone never run. Buttery smooth. That's the word. Smooth is the word of the performance of this phone. And the last thing that I don't like about the phone, in my case, especially that's my preference. No dual speakers. And the G7, no dual speaker also. The bottom speaker is pretty good. The sound quality is pretty good. Got a little bass, so that's a good bottom speaker. I like that a lot. I really like the speaker of this one. They improve on the G7 the speaker loudness and the quality maybe, but it's still one speaker. They say that in order to put another speaker on the top, the notch would have been bigger. Come on, LG, who cares about the damn notch? We are Android users. I don't want no notch. I don't want no notch. I'd rather to have another gray speaker, not a secondary. If you somehow put the same speaker from the bottom on the top, and make all damn bulbos you want. Oh wow, it should have been over. It should have been. It would have been over from all the greatest of all time. I'm talking about Idol 4S, Axon 7, and the S9. It would have been over because still S9 Plus sound louder and it's still quality good enough. Of course, the G7 quality to me is kind of better. It might be, of course, it's a brand new 2018 phone. It should have better quality, but it's still one speaker. And in order to have that boom bass sound, you need to put it flat on the table. I mean, when you're watching media, you wanna put a flat on the table. You rather to have it on your hand on a tripod or something. But yeah, no dual speakers. That's another comment. Because the notch will be big. Who cares about the notch? The only thing that I can tell you, if I like something about a notch, if having the notifications on that little bezel side and not having on the screen. But it doesn't. I'd rather to have it on the screen and not having a notch. Yeah, you can hide the notch, but I don't have dual speaker. So if there's, forget about the notch, man. Give us dual speaker just like Samsung did. Samsung didn't care less about the notch either. It's major having another speaker, especially with that great bottom speaker. You put another speaker like that on the top, it will game over for anybody. Game over. At least till next year. Game over, done deal, stop, done. So yeah, that's basically the things that I don't like still about the G6 and G7 too. One thing that I like about the phone, I already told you the price, $300 at launch. That's still to me the sickest flagship deal in the history of flagship. I like the screen, man. It's Quad HD LCD. The screen is just beautiful. Look how the colors look. I mean, this screen is pretty amazing for not being AMOLED. Any Quad HD that is not AMOLED, you need to rock with LG. those are the best Quad HD in the market, but not AMOLED or OLED displays. Just Quad HD LCD. These are the best. They are truly the best. The black look really black. But yeah, AMOLED just kind of better, but it looks pretty good, to be honest. It looks pretty good. Look at the angles. But yeah, the screen could be better. To me, the G7 screen is just the same but brighter. But yeah, that's a minor upgrade, but still an upgrade. What else that I like about this phone still? Well, of course, the main course, the cameras, the wide angle lens, my favorite dual camera setup in the whole world. The dual camera, I appreciate everybody. You can put me 3, 5, 10 cameras. I still prefer LG's dual cameras. Wide angle lens, it's just crazy. They are cutting the wide now. It's minor, but still a minor downgrade to the G7. Why you're cutting the angle degree, LG? Why are you doing that? I want an explanation. This is me coming with my own explanation. Maybe because of the aperture, or maybe by cutting the angle is less. No, I don't know. But I mean, you should stay the same or improve it, not go down and cutting the wide angle, which is basically the main feature about this phone. The wide angle lens, my favorite about this phone, my favorite thing overall is the wide angle lens. And also have a front wide angle lens on the camera. Yeah, talking about the camera, let's see some picture so you can see what I was talking about. This is a picture with the rear camera. We all know rear camera is pretty good already. Look at the colors. Oh, everything is just amazing. The detail, color detail, assuming still look great. Look at the detail of the pool floor, all the rocks. It is pretty good. Now, that was the rear camera. If I show you the front cam, tell me this is not good quality. It is. It is good quality. You still can see a lot of detail. The front cam is just good. And it's wide. You can see right now. Look at the wider. You still see more. You didn't see that in the... Well, you can see they are pretty wide. They're pretty wide, but still it's a good camera. This is the rear camera. This is the rear camera. This is the front camera. Rear, front. Look at the front cam. How crazy look right here, man. Oh wow. I think it was with HDR. I don't remember, but I think it was with HDR. Look at the detail. Look at the sky. The sky just looked as pretty as it was that day. Psst, this is sick. This is in the afternoon, I believe. Look at how great this camera is, man. The camera is the camera is just good. The camera is good. Look at this at the chin. This is the rear camera. The rear camera. The front camera. See, the front camera is not bad. It just set up differently. It's not set up or automated to close range like faces. You basically have the phone in your face. Look at the rear camera. You can see pretty much detail, all that. The front camera at night, it looks even brighter. But yeah, I'm telling you, look at the detail on the front camera. You saw the front camera, you saw the rear camera. Look at rear, you're expecting that detail from LG camera. This is the rear, this is the front. Pretty good. Like I say, it's just set up differently. In my case, I'd rather to have a front camera that look like this and don't look trash when you see yourself, because you're making a judgment because of why your face look. But like I say, they're not set up they're set up differently. This is a 9. Same spot at 9. You can pretty much, this is really low light because all the pulse light are off. This is basically one light behind me and the rest is just showing right there. This is the rear cam. Now on 9, then the quality of the front cam is just gonna disappear. But it's still there. I mean, it's still there. Look at the quality. Great quality for that's basically dark night. You still got some quality. I give them a pass, kind of give them a pass, because like I said, look at the front camera at night, rear camera at night. Rear, front, they are pretty good. So yeah, the cameras on these are pretty awesome. Yeah, I have a video. Well, pretty much everybody knows the LG's microphones are the best microphone in the world, along with the Motorola has some great microphone. Everybody got good microphone, but if you made me pick LG and then Moto have the best microphone, you don't really need a standard microphone if you're rocking with those. So the cameras on this phone, they are crazy. What else that I like about the phone? Cameras, I mean, that's the greatest thing about it. And like I said, the single speaker is pretty good. It's pretty good, but it's still a single speaker. And the performance being smooth, like I say, H21 and the LG skin. I don't care about skins as long as they work. I don't really care about skin as long as they work. If the setup is good, I don't care about skins. When everybody say I like stock Android because of the performance, because at the end of the day, why having stock Android in every phone? You basically gonna have the same phone. It's not like you're having another experience. So that's what I like skins on phone. As long as they functional and they work, I don't care about the skin if I like it. I care about the performance, and that way you feel like you have another phone and not the same phone by having stock Android. Yeah, I love that it's water resistant. That's a go. That should go. Oh, that's some major plus. Water resistant, wireless charge. I love wireless charge. I got 2 wireless chargers around there. I love wireless charge. It's very convenient. It's the headphone jack. It had a headphone jack, and LG's always have. This is not a quiet deck like the G7 has, which are great. But for not having it, this feature is still awesome. We got another microphone. So LG is been giving us great product. It is not perfect. Like nobody's perfect. Nobody does the product perfect, because there's not gonna be room to improve for the next product. But overall, this phone is still a flagship that if you use it as a main phone or as a backup phone, you are still a king. If this is your backup phone and you got as a main phone, even if you're an iPhone user, you got this Android as a second phone, you're rocking. You really rock and roll. The rear speaker is very nice, but I wish it was dual speakers. I mean, having dual speakers with this same quality, it would have been awesome. I really like the quality of the sound. It's a great bottom speaker, but no dual speaker now. Listen to the piano. pretty good. Great speaker, but dual speaker should be the norm from now on, man. Just this same speaker in the earpiece, this will be another Hall of Famer. Yeah, it would have been a gray. That's another good thing about the smart button, all that good stuff. You have your smart setting right there with your hair, your kind of music. You basically, it's just a great phone. The LG G series and B series are anyone's favorite, you could say. They are my favorites. In cameras, we talk camera wise, rear camera wise, that they are my preference because, like I say, LG model is like you film, you don't get film. So I hope for the GA they finally do. Forget about the notch. We don't care about that, man. To be honest, just give the same this same space on top and the bottom. We don't care. We still need some space to hold the phone, because holding the phone like this, you're still switching and you're switching, watching media, that your hands get fatigued, you get tired. So we need, especially on plane, you still need some bezel, not even to touch it, but for the whole of the device in your hand, it's more comfy. But yeah, that's what we need. So I appreciate a lot that still 2018 GC is still an awesome phone that if you're an iPhone user, you want to try Android, you can get a flagship like this for a second phone, and it's gonna cost you half of any iPhone you have. So, and you're an Android user, you already know this phone is awesome. Like I say, great screen, great camera, great speaker, great quality. Great performance still. This phone is pretty good. Till next time, I appreciate. God bless you all. Take care. And I'll see you when the 50% of G7 comes. Take care.